Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking.
To be fair, he slipped on a can.
I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
He really just started full-on raving, though.
Don't ever touch one again. I told them not to. Why would they do that?
Wow.
Go away. Sanctuaries. Don't touch.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't worry. I won't let them touch it again. I'll keep them away from us.
He's absolutely talking to somebody.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Okay. I can go over here. Another strangely clean spot.
Here's another empty space.
Another triangle as well.
What does the word sanctuary really mean to him? Hovels for pure souls.
And a heavy-duty shredder.
Soon after Agent Jones started monitoring him, he was ordered to go through Morgan's trash. But he didn't find anything. Morgan used this machine to cut up everything, from his mail to his supermarket receipts. Then he even went as far as taking out his trash in parts.
Greenville case files. This is what we're supposed to look into.
Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be done with field work after that, too.
What happened?
That's a private matter.
I fought a literal demon.
None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenville case. Don't you think it resembles the Carré case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
Clock in trash. Honeycomb in a jar. I'm trying to scroll down. Picture in the documents.
Looks like another old antique. He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash. What's going on in his head? A jar of honey with honeycomb inside it. There's nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling.
Picture in the documents.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenville.
This isn't a photo from Greenville. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
Looks like the Greenville thing, though.
This photograph predates Greenville. It's from the Carré case you worked on in 2005.
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenville wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenville case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees.
He did jump pretty quickly when he realized there was the seed going on in Greenville. Like, I gotta get on this. So there was precedence. And I guess maybe this game will enlighten us on that.
Aren't they?
Red trees. Both.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees. Figured it out. Yes.
I appreciate that he actually is saying things.
Connection.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes, it was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then.
Okay. We're going back.
The other me. My better half.
Are we gonna see the letter Y? Oh, Toy Box presents. This is how we go in. Toy Box and White Owl's production.
Never a choice.
Interesting.
Somebody needs you. You can't turn away. You're their only life.
I know Swery makes games that are way out there, but this opening really has like Travis Strikes Again vibes. Or maybe No More Heroes 3 vibes. Interesting way of opening. So it's going to be one of those, oh, it all started when kind of games. I wonder if the whole game's going to be a flashback. And now that I think about it, we do know how a red tree ruined his life, but that was when he was a kid. So I guess it was a case as well. Kick-ass opening. Got the sweet jazz, presumably. Got the trumpet player. Is that a red tie then? I did not expect that. Is this the same game? This music's amazing. There's a lot going on here. Okay, I'm interested. And there's the loading symbol, the red leaf, or not loading, but the press A to continue symbol. Red leaf from red tree.
Zach.
Francis York Morgan. So we have Zach talking to my little fairy. I wonder if it goes the other way, because Francis York Morgan would always say, "Isn't that right, Zach?" And you're like, who the hell is Zach? Well, he's Zach.
Zach. Can you hear me, Zach?
Oh, sure. I had to press the stick to select the answer.
There you are, Zach. Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
And you can see on the lower right of the screen the prompt to continue. It's one of those leaves.
Isn't that right, Zach?
He really waited for a while before asking that. Detui Premonition. A blessing in disguise. Interesting way of opening. 2005, summer. Le Carré, Louisiana. Or I should say Louisiana.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Wow, that's him, alright. Francis York Morgan. There's the letter R.
Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carré, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
So he's letter A, David Jawara, chef.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
What do you know about the victim? Where's the Clarkson's house? And what's local law enforcement doing? Guess I'll go through all of them.
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seal.
The cold storage complex? And we didn't find the body until very, very recently? Way after this case?
They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know. They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
Where's their house?
What do you know about the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe or nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
Local law enforcement? What are they doing?
Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart, and when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the Deep South for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show.
You ever heard of Twin Peaks?
The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
What do you know about Nolans?
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief, right?
What?
9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, Live and Let Die would have been my thought, but like he just goes into movie titles?
They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism.
An old Bond movie lacking realism?
Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What, the voodoo man who dies and comes back to life? You're questioning the realism?
What's your point?
Cat People. That's my point. Cat People. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of Cat People for myself.
You know, I gotta say, of all his quirks, I kind of forgot how deeply he goes into movie discussions.
That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
Another vital element of Cat People is the presence of Malcolm McDowell.
Aw, sweet.
Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece.
From Blue Thunder, I would have said A Clockwork Orange.
Listen carefully, David.
Listen very carefully, David. Malcolm McDowell provided the voice of Daedalus in God of War 3.
Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are cat people and Blue Thunder.
All right.
Period.
Okay.
You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
Now, I don't know about Clockwork Orange being his best movie, but it's certainly the first movie I thought of.
Whatever you say, mister. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
It was a bizarre murder.
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
You ever see Dexter Season 1?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
Oh, I know what that is. Francis York Morgan has an alter ego.
An altar?
Like something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces, scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed?
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
How can I get around town?
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Well, let's see. I crashed it. No, that was in the Greenville case. That's after this.
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket.
I get it.
Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Does that skateboard?
Another mode?
Want to hear the details?
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible, especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car?
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we've finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. And who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley.
It's a little on the nose. It's like in Metal Gear Solid 3. Oh, one day they might even have 20 James Bond movies.
I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter, 1984, directed by Nick Castle.
Keep going.
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
I love this guy.
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. When I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
What?
Yes.
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised? No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery. Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today.
Also, could I just point out, you don't need to say it was sleeping inside him. That's what latent means.
Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell.
Thank you, Malcolm McDowell.
Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach? Zach, the searing light. These scents. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
You know, it's funny because in the first game, at least once, he points out that he's very particular about, I think in his case it was biscuits. But he was like, my God, these are the best biscuits I've ever had. And here, wow, this food's awesome.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
So bizarre. Cracking open the case, return to York's room and review the case. Quests updated. And now I get to actually control the direction my character moves in. Utterly incredible. But for now, it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We had a very interesting interrogation with Francis Zach Morgan, which takes us back to a flashback before even the events of the first game, where we got through preliminaries with Francis York Morgan. We have a case to investigate in New Orleans, and now we finally have proper control of the character. I wonder what the exploration will entail. Until next time, everyone.